All right, here we go. So, welcome to episode.
Another.
Welcome to another episode of Inside Notes Podcast with Rob Miller. Today, we have special guest, Bam Alexander.
That's special. But how y'all doing?
Bam is a drummer, among other things.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you tell a little bit about yourself and I guess what you've done in the business, some of what you've done in the business, how you got your start, that kind of thing.
I tell everybody that I play kazoo. First of all, that's my first instrument ever. But, and party favors. So, just so y'all know. But, I'm Bam Alexander, producer, drummer, songwriter, shower singer.
We all are shower singers.
Yeah. I've been doing this thing for a long time, man. I've, been playing since I was 2. Been touring since 2002. So it's a lot of twos in there. And I've toured with some of your favorite hip hop, R&B, and pop artists.
Namely,
you got your Jay-Z's in there. You got your Snoop Dogg's, T.I., Nas. I was musical director for Lupe Fiasco for a while. Then I, moved to Japan and toured with the Japanese pop artists out there.
So everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see the LA hat, right? So
Absolutely.
You got the Dodgers hat. So from LA.
Born and raised.
Born and raised in LA. Well, remember when we first met? I said, "What part of LA?" And you said, "Nah, just LA." Because most people, when we moved to Arizona, everybody says LA, when it could be Riverside or something. But when I asked you, you said LA, like I said, like
born and raised.
Right.
Florence and Normandy.
Wow.
I live right around the corner from where Reginald Denning got.
Oh, right, yeah. So you were there for that.
Yeah, bro. I was watching it on TV like, oh, that's the liquor store. You know what I mean? So I was there. And then, later on I moved to Ontario to get, get closer to the quiet. So I spent, about 15 years in the IE.
Right.
And, from there I moved to Arizona.
So how did so you did all this touring with the secular artists, right? A lot of it in the hip hop world. Were you at the same time doing a lot of church stuff, a lot of gospel stuff at the same time, or was there a time where you stopped and started doing the other?
Nah, so we was born and raised Church of God in Christ.
Right.
So you already know there was a huge conflict between the two.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And we'll definitely outline that whole experience.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I was definitely doing both because you had to.
Right.
I didn't.
So you never got pressure from people at your church,
absolutely
questioning, how's he on the road with these people? And
I mean, before, after, during,
the whole time.
I had pressure from my mom, and I grew up in a prophetic household. You know what I mean? So
right.
My mom, missionary evangelist. You know what I mean? Like she, and all of her sisters were like my aunties. You know what I'm saying? Like all of her spiritual sisters. They're all prophetic, and all of them were, you gotta use, you know what I'm saying, because Kojic drills it in you. You can't use your gift outside. God gave you that gift, so you gotta use it only for the church, for the Lord. No, they said for the Lord. They didn't say for the church because, you know what I'm saying, back, you know what I mean, like they believed that, their specific house of worship was literally just the Lord. It was
just in their church.
Their church was just the Lord.
Yeah.
So you got to use it only here. That's it. And so it was definitely a tug of war, man.
Yeah.
A lot of them were afraid that once you started playing outside of the church,
Mm-hmm.
that you would become wild you know what I mean? And some musicians do. Some musicians get out there and they love the freedom
right
of being able to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Amongst people that are already doing whatever they want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? And they felt, you know, like being in the church as a musician was restricting what they wanted to do. But I wasn't one of, I had a great foundation, you know.
That's important. That's important.
I had a great foundation. And my mom eventually, you know, she understood. I went to her because that was my biggest battle.
Really?
Trying to prove to her that, you know, this is something that could help, that I can take seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And to get her to understand, like, you know, this is just a job to me.
Right.
So one day, you know, I told her, I said, you go to work. And when you go to work, not everybody at your job is saved.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Not everybody at your job is a believer. Not everybody at your job are Christians. You work with secular people. You go to a secular job.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
right.
She don't.
But that's okay, though, right? They're supposed to be able to do that on that kind of job. But for us, we're not expected to be able to handle being around non-Christian people.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of all the people I've met, like you've done both. A lot of us have done both sides, right? The question is, I guess, do you have a preference between the gospel world and the non-gospel world? Because for me, the few times that I have done like the club scene, it's just something about it's not for me. And I'm not against the club world. I'm not against people that drink and stuff. It's just a feeling I get when I'm there. It's just like I just don't feel right. So do you have a preference?
First of all, absolutely. I'm a church kid through and through. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I love the Lord. Like, I
looked at the camera for that.
Me, this guy, I love the Lord. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I take my relationship with God very seriously. So I would rather
just Christian-based stuff?
Christian-based stuff and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things in the secular world that, you know, as far as musician and musicianship, even like the structure is different.
You mean
in
the secular world you're talking about?
You get what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Like, they appreciate, or seemingly, right?
Yeah.
And I'm specifically talking about touring. I'm not talking about clubbing and playing in, you know what I'm saying, different. So that's a whole nother.
So no local clubs.
Yeah, like I'm talking about touring with secular artists, like the touring part of the business, right?
Right.
The club part of the business, you know, that's a crapshoot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, truth be told. And I don't drink either. You know, I don't smoke. So I never really fit in, you know, with the after partying and stuff like that. Like, I don't do nothing. You know, like I said, I you know, I have a great foundation.
Right.
And it's not like, you know, it's not like I haven't indulged. Don't give me that. But that's not my I think, you know, I'm definitely not perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I've tried.
I mean, it's not, you know, it's not a bad thing if you hadn't, right? Because, you know, because I feel like a lot of times people put that on me, like it's a bad thing that I never drank.
It's not a bad thing at all. I just that's my preference is for me to be in control of all of my faculties.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I toured and saw everybody. You know what I'm saying? Saw people get slammed and hammered and all kind of you know, all kind of cliches that they use.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that party and stuff, it never looked fun.
Right.
And the most unfun thing that was them waking up the next morning and having to be told what they did the night before because they can't remember.
Wow. Yeah. Right.
I never wanted to be that guy. Like, Bam, you was out there. What? For real? I Oh, what happened? You know what I'm saying? The people showing videos and you know what I'm saying?
And they had no idea.
I
just had a conversation not too long ago with somebody that me and you may or may not both know that had the same story. And the story was, yeah, I used to. I should go that far in detail, but I'm just saying anyway. Like, yeah, I used to go so far that I would wake up the next day and not even remember what I did.
I never wanted to be that guy.
Are you serious? Yeah, that never seemed like fun to me. And like you said, I like to be in control of what I'm doing or what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling.
Truth be told, on the road, right? On the road, there's a lot of elements.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of elements. And I'll leave it at the word elements.
Yeah. Right.
We know, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that could go wrong.
You can get into a lot of trouble easily. I could imagine being on the road with major artists.
I was on the road with Lupe, right?
All right.
Lupe's another one. He don't smoke.
I didn't think so.
He don't drink.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He takes his, you know what I'm saying, he's Muslim. Like, you know what I mean? Islam. Right?
Yeah.
So he takes it very serious.
Right.
We were in Albany, New York. And his manager at the time had set up an after party for us to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Usually don't do the after party situation. But that night, I was just like, okay, let me just go, right? We go to the after party. Manager at the time, he gets completely obliterated.
Wow.
To the point where he's in the bathroom and he picks a fight with security guard of the club. We don't know this.
Right.
Right? Because it's the band. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're, 1,500. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the actual whole band that's there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rance, Mars. At that time, we had on bass. Damo was on bass for us, but he was back at the hotel. He didn't party either. He was back. He was talking to his wife, Ruby. Ruby Green. Shout out to Ruby Green and Damo, or Ruby Farmer. Forgive me, because they're married. But yeah, he was back at the hotel. Like he didn't play that at all. Like Damo, he was. You know what I'm saying? But Uncle Chuck, everybody was all out. The manager picks a fight with the dude. We're getting ready to leave, and all of a sudden we're walking out the door, and we see the security guard literally throw the manager out on the curb.
Really?
And we turn around like, what? And he's beat up, bloody.
Right.
And we like, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? What just happened? And we going around searching for, not realizing he had picked up the very people that threw him out were the people he picked a fight with.
Really?
We running around trying to find out who did this to the manager because, we out on the road, like we got to be a family.
Right.
Another fight ensues because we assume it's another group of people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Police were called, liquid courage just led to a lot of that, and I'm just,
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I held my own, but imagine if I was, I would have been beat up on the ground.
Yeah.
Just like the manager was. Which is the reason why I just go back to the hotel room and just relax.
Right.
And wait till the next day and lobby call. And we on to the next city. Like,
yeah.
It's not worth it. You know what I mean?
Inside notes.
So being on the road with all that going on, right? You're out there, doing your thing or whatever. For example, when the tour is over and then you get back, what is it like when you get back? Like, say you get back, I'm sure you went back. I'm sure you did some church playing when you got back, right?
As soon as I got back.
So was it did your church put the guilt trip on you when you got back? Like, oh, he been out there, with them folks or whatever.
At the very beginning, yeah. And the guilt trip was put on you when you let them know that you had to leave.
Oh, really?
Like, oh, so you know what I'm saying? You know, I got a tour coming up, so on and so forth. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Oh. So you're not gonna be how long? 3 months. So what am I supposed to do? 3 months.
Right.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it was on you to get a replacement, though, right? And
Absolutely,
I'm sure you took care of that, right?
Absolutely, and hopefully the replacement, you know what I'm saying, had as much integrity to show up on time and be at rehearsal and so on and so forth.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So if they didn't,
And it was only dependent on how much the church was paying. Oh my! Then we got to talk about what the church pays you versus what they pay the replacement.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's a whole nother discussion. Because for some reason, they feel like they should. Whoever comes to fill in for you should get paid substantially less than what they pay you.
That's what the church feels, right?
Listen.
But why though?
I never understood that.
Their time is time. So their time, the time they spend is the same time
is
that
literally
you spend.
just as important to them as it is to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what you know what I'm saying? I've you know, because we played at the small churches, you know, to the storefronts, to the big mega churches, and you know what I'm saying? And truth be told, man, like the churches will get mad at you if you tell the replacement how much you were getting paid.
Really? Because they want to lowball them and not get caught.
Listen.
Right? Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where, you know, eventually they started writing contracts out. And in the contract, you cannot tell your replacement if you need a replacement. Because eventually they got, the churches got to the understanding that, look, we're only paying you this amount a week. We understand if you get called out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially after, you know, if after a while, churches knew that they were what musicians that they were hiring.
Right.
And some musicians are more in demand as far as touring is concerned,
right,
than others. So eventually, churches started understanding.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Like eventually, the guilt trips stopped, and they started understanding. Okay, we understand.
Right.
This is your job.
Yeah.
This is what you do. When you're gone, please give us an adequate replacement that plays like you or better.
Or better.
Right? And then, you know what I mean? But please do not tell them how much we pay you. Do not tell them how much we pay you. Because, come to find out, they pay the replacements substantially less than what they pay you. It's almost like you leaving gives them a break.
Right.
Financially.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To not have to pay whatever amount that they were
right.
paying you.
So they get a couple months break.
They get a couple of months break.
Wow.
Like, whoo!
So when we first met, you know, we met at the thing in Maricopa, right? The little concert thing, right? You said you're from LA and blah blah blah, and then Ashton showed up later, right?
Yeah.
So I said, you know, that dude, you know, Bam. Ashton was like, yeah, that's Bam from 1500 and that. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, right. And he mentioned something about Show Me What You Got, but I didn't. I mean, you know, it was Ashton, so I wasn't really paying a whole lot. You know, like whatever, right? So I didn't. So
I hope Ashton doesn't see this.
He gonna see it. Shout out to Ashton.
Oh, no.
So he know, like we got that kind of shit, right? So Show Me What You Got, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z. So for people who don't know, most hip hop songs, they don't use live instruments, right? It's unless it's just a sample of some old, you know, James Brown drums or something, right? So they don't use live stuff. So how did that happen to where they ended up using live instruments, live drums on that recording? And how did you get involved in that? How did you get that gig?
It was the genius of Just Blaze.
Oh, okay.
So Just Blaze is the actual producer
right
on that record.
Right.
And he cut the sample, and it was his vision to put live drums on that track.
So he had the sample and stuff already set before the idea came for the live drums. Really?
He had already cut the sample, and he had already had a relationship with Lawrence and Lamar's, like Lamar's, not with the S. Lawrence and Mars, right?
Right.
He had a relationship with them already because Lawrence had started producing first. He was the first person out of the group to start touring and producing.
Okay, all right.
Literally at 17,
wow,
he got linked with Snoop.
Okay, all right.
Went on tour with Snoop. One night, Just Blaze comes to the 1500 or Nothing night. That was the first time he was able to see the whole group.
Oh, really?
Because at that time, he only knew Mars and Lawrence.
Right.
So he met me, he met Uncle Chuck, he met some of the other people. Literally, the next day, he calls Rance, was like, hey, I need you to bring the guitar player. I need you to tell the drummer to bring his drums. I got an idea.
Wow. Just like that, right?
Literally just like that. We get to the studio. I had no idea, you know what I mean, what records were supposed to be. All we heard was the sample. I brought my drums, set up the drums, they mic'd it. And he was like, I want you to play the drums to this track. So I was playing the drums to this track, and all I was doing is and I was just, you know what I'm saying, just playing then he was like, nah. Do what you was doing last night.
Yeah, I would have been thinking like you. I would have been thinking like he's not expecting.
It's a studio session.
Right. That's how I would have been thinking.
This is a studio session. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? I've always, we know when you go to the studio, majority of the time, if they want real drums on it, they want you to play straight.
Just lock in.
Just be lock in and so on and so forth. He was like, nah. Do what you was doing last night at the Temple Bar. I was like, okay. Right? So then he's like, so in between, you know what I'm saying? In between, that's when and then they just did take after take after take after of me just going nuts. Right. Me, expressing myself over this beat. Then he was like, okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Now give me a couple of pocket licks.
Okay. All right.
Cool. He chopped it up. Months down the line, Lawrence calls me and he was like, bro, remember that track that you did with Just? Because we not only did that, we did a couple of other ones too.
Oh, so you didn't know at that time who it was for?
No.
If that was it for Jay-Z at that time, or he was just put some tracks together and was going to do whatever he could do with them?
I don't even know.
Really?
I literally have no idea.
So you did it though. You did session and stuff. Was done with it.
And he did an interview, and in his interview he said Jay called him and he wanted something special for his, because at that time Jay-Z had said that he was retiring.
Yeah.
Right. He did an album. He released the album. He toured off of that album. And he was like, I'm retired. I'm not doing no more music.
Yeah.
So a couple of years down the line, he decides that he wants to, do the album Kingdom Come.
Right.
And it was his coming out of retirement album. So he wanted something special. So not only was this, the track that was going on the album, it wound up being the first single.
Right.
Off that album, to reintroduce him, back to doing music, which was, man, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't have asked for anything, you know what I mean? And
yeah, what was that feeling like, knowing that you had played on something, it ended up being not just, not just a song for a major artist, but the song that artist is kind of known for. Like when people name Jay-Z songs, that's one of the songs they'll name.
Listen, man.
You kind of responsible for Jay-Z coming out of retirement.
And then his first line is "Get a drummer song," which is crazy.
So you gotta say that again. You gotta say that. We good.
And then the first line of that song is "Give the drummer some."
And you that drummer.
The funny thing
you know
is,
how crazy that is?
Just told me that's the first line he wrote in his head, because he doesn't write anything down.
Right.
He said when he first heard the track, that's the first thing that came to his head. Like, get a drummer song.
You know how big that is? Like, that's not like.
No, I didn't realize.
I know you know.
I didn't realize how big it was. Like, honestly speaking, only time told. You get what I'm saying? Because at the time I was like, man, I thought it was big then.
Right.
Oh my God, this is great. But as time happened, and anybody that's ever did anything big, you don't really know the magnitude of it. That'll, you know what I'm saying? It grew into something that that all drummers, love, because there literally was no hip hop track with live drums on it.
None.
But not just live drums, but a hip hop track where you're soloing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're soloing on a hip hop song, like.
And arguably the best rapper ever said, "Get a drummer some."
Listen.
Hey, that's why. You know what? To your credit, you don't lead with that. Like when you meet people, like a lot of people who would do something like that will lead with, "Hey, I'm so and so. I played on blah 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 blah. I did this.
What?
I would have never known. In fact, you didn't even tell me for. You know what I mean? You don't even lead. So that's to your credit. And most of the people who I've met a lot of people in this business. Most of the people who do all the talking about what they've done haven't really done. You know what I mean?
And that's how you can tell.
Right.
We go back to values, right? Growing up, having values. Integrity is everything to me. Character is everything to me, right? I would rather meet you and see how integral you are and how your character is before you know who I am or what I've done.
Yeah.
Because then I know who you really are.
Yeah.
We just had this conversation this last week.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people will treat you different based off of what they assume about you.
Yeah.
Right? And if you come in introducing yourself with all these accolades, you'll never get to see who they really are.
Exactly. Right.
You always see who people really are when you first impressions are everything, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I met you for the first time, you were cool. You didn't know who I was from Jack. All you knew is, hey, that's the drummer from the other church.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna treat him cool because we working the show together, and all of us got to use. Clearly, we got to use the same equipment, and you can really tell a person when you gotta ask them to use their equipment for. Are you serious? This man had brought his whole workstation.
Yeah.
And we gotta ask them to use because a lot of church events don't believe in actually paying for backline, so.
Right.
You gotta ask this man to use his personal equipment that he paid his money for. You know what I mean?
And we had spent all that morning hooking all that stuff
up too. Listen. You really get to know who that person is. And you was like, nah. Go right ahead, man. Like,
yeah.
Cool. We chopped it up. We talked. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, like, Rob is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, people treat you different, bro.
Because you never know. You never know who you talking to. You never know who you dealing with. So you got to treat people right.
Listen, that's the best.
And not that I don't mean by saying that, I don't mean like treat people right because they may be able to do something for you. I'm just saying, treat people right because treat people the way you want to be treated is what I mean. Really.
Exactly.
So I remember that day, and you told me your name. I followed you on Instagram right away. No. I checked for a couple of days. You didn't follow me back right away. I was like, okay, he ain't gonna follow me back.
Inside notes. Inside notes. Inside notes.
All right, so you've done stuff on that level, which is, in my opinion, like that's the top level, right? Big stages, concert tours, right? Big ones. You still do both, right? But you also will do a smaller church thing, like what we're doing now. It's not a big church thing; it's a smaller church thing, right? But you still handle it like you still handle your business the way it's supposed to be handled, right? So you're able to play, to what this situation calls for, right? So you're not like playing like you're in a stadium, but you did a couple weeks ago. You did something so funny. It's on the live. You can see me. I was cracking up laughing because we would be doing some. You know how it is. We do some songs. Sometimes we'll get stuck and can't end the song, right? Because our preparation is not the best right now. So we can't end the song. We get stuck. So a couple weeks ago, we were kind of getting stuck. And you were like playing how you normally play over there. Then you went like, boom, boom, back. I was like, Bam just went like stadium mode. Like you forced the end of the song. It was hilarious.
It's time.
But it worked. You had to. But
let's get out of there.
You played like stadium volume for a second. It was the funniest thing in the world.
And I'm not mic'd as well.
Right.
So you gonna know. We was on this song.
Yeah. End it.
God did what He needed to do during that song. It's time.
So one last thing about your character. So Dink Davis, right? I keep up with Dean. We don't talk all the time, but every once in a while, he'll reach out. We'll do a little talking. So I had been talking to him right after before you came to the church, but right after we met. I said, Dink, Bam from LA, drummer from LA. He said, hey, he didn't say nothing about your plan. And this is to your credit because he didn't mention your plan. What he said was, yeah, Bam, it's my boy from way back.
Yeah.
He said, I tell you what, Rob. I said, he's out in Maricopa now. He said, I tell you what, Rob, I never heard Bam's name in no kind of mess with nobody. He didn't even mention how you played. But that's the first thing he went to. So that's what your reputation is, and that's the way it should be.
I do my job. I leave.
Right.
You hear me? I get in. I do what I was supposed to do. I'm gone. You know what I mean? Like, I barely stick around sometimes to chat and do it. Like, I'm gone because the less you around, the less people got to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Can't nobody be like, well, Bam, I saw you out there too. You know what I'm saying? You can't say no. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I get in, I do my job, I'm gone. Bro.
Right.
I don't want to be a part of no mess. I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, in no mess. I don't want to be associated, you know what I mean, to you know what I mean, I mean mess as in messy and as in people not handling their business.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to get their own time. I believe in getting their own time. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to say like I said, people will always remember. When they call you to a job, if you're late all the time, if you're you know what I'm saying, if you're not dependable, you know what I mean? Like, they remember those things, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those things matter in every situation. I don't care, big, small. You know what I mean? Like, it matters. Right. I told you, I was like, man, I'm low maintenance. All you gotta do is let me know.
You did say that, yeah.
All you got, I'm there. Because the Bible stresses the importance of your name.
Right.
And your name will go farther than your resume. Than, you know what I mean? Like, who you are will last longer than what you've done.
Right.
You know,
that's
you get
right.
what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like, so, you know, you got a lot of people, and I was talking to an artist about this as well. Like, a lot of people, man, like, you see what all this expose of all these celebrities that are getting exposed,
all of them,
for their bad character and how they're treating their workers and how they're treating their people and how they, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, whenever you're an artist, gospel, secular, don't matter what industry,
right?
You idolize who have made it to the top. Yeah. Right? The top person that everyone idolizes is Michael Jackson.
Yeah. The top.
The literally pinnacle. Yeah. Of everybody wants to get to this level. Right. Have you ever heard of a terrible story about Michael treating anybody like trash? Or Michael not handling his business and taking care of, you know what I'm saying, his people financially? Or Michael not being, he was particular in how he wanted everything to happen. Right. He was always kind. Yeah. He spoke to everybody. I've never heard. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, all that other stuff, the rumors that, you know what I'm saying, about whatever happened outside of him performing. When it came down to him being on that stage, why aren't more artists replicating Michael Jackson's character? Gospel and secular.
It's easy to be mean. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Which is the reason why the Bible calls for us to exude and show the fruits of the Spirit. Yeah. The easiest thing in the world is to match people's energy. Yeah. It's easy to cuss people out. It's easy to, you know what I'm saying, to want to fight. Right. It's easy. It's all of that stuff is easy, bro. It's hard to live in today's society and be kind in a world who thinks kindness is a weakness. Yeah. In the gospel industry, it's more egotistical sometimes than the secular artists. Oh, yeah. And they feel like, you know what I'm saying, them being rude is protecting their anointing. Where's that in the Bible? In the Bible?
Gospel artists made a you know, you saw when Glorilla just won the BET.
Let's talk about it.
Gospel Award. Oh, here's what I think about it. All right, so you know, gospel artists and gospel people were all on social media. Why is she winning the gospel? I was thinking,
you know, I'm gonna go viral now.
Some of those gospel people that you talking about, they may as well be Glorilla. They're just like her behind the scenes.
Rob, you about to get in trouble? Listen,
it's the truth.
It's the truth.
I've already said it on TikTok. I'm already about to lose my TikTok account for my comments on there.
Some of them gospel tours be just as raunchy after the glory has
right after they get off the stage, right?
It got just as many groupies. It got just as many after. You know, the after parties don't be at the clubs, but you know what I'm saying, they be at the hotel. Yeah. It's you know what I'm saying, like it's
the same. It's the same.
So the road is the road, no matter who you out there with.
Sometimes it's not even on the road. It's at your local church house.
At the church house. You hear me? You hear me? The praise and worship leader is the rock star of that church.
Right. I named a name on the first episode. I named somebody's name who I wanted to do the episode, to do the podcast, and we cut it out though. I said, "Nah, cut that name out," but it ended up coming into fruition
because they knew who you were talking about.
Because we don't get along at all. Ooh.
But that's gonna be a great episode.
And I told him because he hit me up. He hit me up on Instagram.
That's gonna be a great.
You still
episode.
mad at me or whatever? I was like, bro, you need to come do the podcast.
Yeah.
I said it's gonna be explosive. Yeah.
We'll hash it out there. We will hash it out there. And that's how that look. The podcast has now become our therapy sessions now.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like I get it. We ain't gotta pay all that money.
So I want him. Justin James is his name. I'll say it now.
Lord.
Justin. I want Buddy too, just for what you mentioned, the fact that his name is thrown around so much.
It would be great to see how he feels about it.
I had one conversation with him when I first met him. It's been 20 years, 05, right? Where I said, you know, people here throw your name around a lot. I said, this is your town. His response was, he said, yeah, I know. He said, I know everybody throws my name around, but to tell you the truth, I don't even know most of these people. They just using my name. That's exactly what he said.
What he said.
Right.
What did he actually say?
He said, man, I don't know most of these niggas. They just really throw my name around. So I was going to clean it up. That's what he said.
Little nigglets.
You don't know me. Just throwing my name around,
just to make themselves feel important.
And he was real cool when I met him. I kind of expected him to not be cool because everybody threw his name around so much, right? I kind of expected, you know the LA thing. I kind of expected, he's gonna walk around with this big head like I'm so and so. But he didn't come off like that at all, though. He was actually, pretty cool.
Some of the most successful people, advocates for their peace.
Right.
They don't like drama. They don't like the bull crap. And they chill. And they have great characters and they're great human beings. Like, just be a great human being.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Before we wrap up, we got a couple things left. You got to mention your album coming up.
Okay.
You got mention that real quick.
I have an album on the way. Well, actually, I have 2 projects on the way, but I have an album on the way called Gentleman's Log. And no, it is not a gospel album, which is going to be crazy. Certain people are called to be in certain spaces.
Well, it's not gospel, but I mean, that's okay. It's not Glorilla, right? You're not going
so that's the whole thing, right? Like, I'm not a filth writer. And I don't like you mentioned Glorilla, but I don't want to say Glorilla is filth, but it's a lot of filth in music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of filth, and the reason why this is called Gentleman's Log, I want to make it cool to be and to talk about relationship things. You know what I mean? From a gentleman's perspective, like taking care of your woman, being kind to your woman, taking responsibility for your mess ups.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, like the stuff that ain't easy. Like we said, it's not easy to be kind.
Yeah.
It's not easy. You know what I mean? It's easy to be a jerk.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To not appreciate the person that's connected to you.
Right. Right.
It takes work. You know what I'm saying? To make sure to suppress your own ego.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To make sure the person that you are connected to, whether you are in a relationship, whether you're married, to make sure that they are secure in their relationship with you.
Right. Right.
And that's the kind of stuff that I want to talk about.
So the whole album is centered around.
It tells a story.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. So this was Bam Alexander. A lot of experience.
Yeah.
A lot of experience. I appreciate you making the drive out here.
Right.
You got to do the shake.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.